For Monday, April 2nd, 2018, this is the 7th update with all the news that's fit to rip.
Good evening. I'm the 7th level. New blood-sucking action RPG Vampire was rated M this week for gore, drug use, intense violence, and sex. I, for one, am shocked and appalled at this completely unforeseen turn of events. Rockstar has confirmed that over 10 million copies of Grand Theft Auto V have been sold on Steam. But surprisingly, I wasn't able to find any accounts of 10 million bank robberies committed by angry white alt-right males in pink tutus and horsehead masks. I just must be Googling wrong. Right, Mr. President? Right, Jack Thompson? Right, Anita Sarkeesian? Right, Nancy Pelosi? Right, Jimmy Kimmel? Right, and now it is time
for Tales of the Crumbside.
Resident YouTube Hobgoblin Hebot recently stated in a public comment that Horizon Zero Dawn and other PlayStation exclusives were destined to be ported to the Xbox One. Well, I don't know about you, but I, for one, have a few questions. Number one, Microsoft is currently the only console manufacturer who has openly discussed putting their exclusives on other platforms. In light of that, in what dimension do you see a game that was made by a Sony-owned studio ever showing up on the Xbox One? Number two, how could you have been gaming for this long and still not know how first-party exclusives work? Number three, why have you come to my planet? And number four, what's it like being the son of the devil? Ready Player One, Steven Spielberg's film based on the hit novel by Ernest Cline, came out this weekend to mostly positive reviews, with a few of them coming from the usual social justice talking heads who found the movie too triggering because it reminded them of Gamergate. Oh, you mean that time that gamers from all around the world stood up to protect their hobby from corruption caused by money-hungry media companies and self-absorbed, obliviously entitled wannabe ideologues? The hell you say! Gaijin Entertainment announced a new tactical submarine game called Silent Thunder. Shortly thereafter, YouTuber The 7th Level immediately announced his response, a closed wallet. And how much fucking sense does that title really mean anyway? Silent Thunder? What's the name of the guy who came up with that title? The Scentless Stench? A Doom 4K patch went live for PS4 Pro and Xbox One X this week. Well, it's actually 1440p on the PS4 Pro and dynamic 4K on the Xbox One X. But native 4K 60, right, Xbox fans? Attack on Titan 2 added a new Predator mode this week. Meanwhile, Nickelodeon removed a Predator. The Overwatch Uprising event is planned to start in April. Shortly after the announcement, sales of rubber gloves soared as hospitals around the country prepared for all the cases of blocked prostate due to lack of sex this is bound to cause. Sunsoft announced Dark Eclipse, an online-only real-time strategy MOBA hybrid for the PlayStation VR? Okay, let me see if I've got this straight. You designed a Japanese RTS multiplayer online battle arena hybrid for a platform that has just over 2 million units. A genre where the quality of the gameplay hinges almost entirely on the size and quality of the player base. Sunsoft, you might want to go do some business with Gaijin Entertainment. I hear they have some new submarines that could use screen doors. The creators of Nobunagas Ambition announced 10 million total sales for the series as it celebrates its 35th anniversary. But Japanese games are a niche market, right, crap gamer? Sony released a new format for the video section of the PS4's menu system this week that adds on an additional menu layer and an additional loading delay, but apparently is supposed to improve the experience. What's your next improvement, Sony? Are you gonna lock another gig of RAM? Sony has released the new VR mode for the Wipeout Omega collection. In other news, the Japanese government announced a major shift in their economy being brought about by their new #1 export, otaku vomit. Sea of Thieves released a week ago to scathing reviews and disgruntled Rare fans, many referring to it as the most hollow, boring, and incomplete Xbox One game yet. To which Hello Games president Sean Murray responded, "Hold my beer!" Disney announced that Star Wars The Last Jedi is coming to Pinball FX3. A movie with no balls comes to a game where you play with fake balls. A match made in heaven. Red Faction Guerrilla, the ReMars Turd Edition, was announced for PC, Xbox One, and PS4 this week. In response, Nintendo announced 2006 through 2012 remastered for the Nintendo Switch. And finally, Sony Santa Monica announced this week the God of War world is hub-based and strongly influenced by Bloodborne's design. Kid Smooth quickly responded, stating that God of War was the worst game he's never played. And that's all the news that was fit to rip. You guys know what to do. Links down in the description. I'm out for this week. I'll see y'all next week. And for God's sakes, show me your red, son!
The preceding batshit insanity was brought to you in part by donations from my supporters on Patreon. Go ahead, toss me $1 a month. What's the worst that could happen?